Oh, no one can work a cell phone quite like Ian Rapoport, who just hung up the phone with somebody breaking news, giving him news, and then he takes a selfie and is posting it right now.
Posting it literally.
You're posting it right now at Rap Sheet.
Got to tag the show.
At Rich Eisen Show there, sure.
Yep.
I photobombed it.
You did?
I did. I leaned in, you know.
What's
I think you framed it. You framed the Roku channel and the Rich Eisen Show mic flag perfectly, and you did. Well done.
I did.
Okay.
What's up? You guys ready or what?
Anything going on?
No, seriously. How often does your wife tell you to put the phone down? Is it frequent?
Rarely.
I mean, obviously understands.
It's not understanding. It's when I'm on my phone and I'm like really cranking or making calls or really doing. I remove myself from the world.
You do.
So like I get a phone call, I'm in the other room, or I need to like focus, send a tweet or something.
Yes.
I will get up from the table, usually without saying anything, and just be like, or I'll be like 1 second.
Yeah.
And then if I get up, she knows it's real. But there's not a lot of like mindless scrolling or whatever, because if I need to do that, I just leave the room.
Okay. So how old are your kids?
10 and 11.
Okay.
I think. Haven't seen them in a little.
Boy and a girl? What do you got?
2 boys.
2 boys.
Yeah.
I have a girl.
Crossing baseball season.
I have a girl who is keenly aware whenever I'm on the phone, honestly. And she will be very upset when I'm on the phone. It's just... Because I'm mindlessly scrolling. I mean, so is your watch going off too?
Yeah, it's a watch in the phone. In case I miss it on the phone, I got it on the watch.
I got that too. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Because you need, you're breaking news all the time.
Well, I just need updates. You know what I mean?
Need updates?
Yeah, I need updates.
What, on your bets?
Yeah.
On your gambling?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because when I would like go in the pool at our beach club, I would spend the whole time being like, "Is my phone ringing?" So I got the Apple Watch to be like.
Oh, is that what you're not checking other people out at the pool at the club?
I'm most certainly not.
Okay. Wow. Because that's when you're asked to leave the room.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, very good. All right. Ian Rapoport is here. He's putting his phone away. Back on the Rich Eisen Show radio network, I'm sitting at the Rich Eisen Show desk furnished by Grainger with supplies and solutions for every industry. Grainger has the right product for you. Call, click Grainger.com or just stop by. Rap Sheet is here. My colleague Ian Rapoport from NFL Network will be sitting in the draft hall with Kurt Warner this evening as part of our first night coverage. Good to see you, sir.
Great to see you. I'll be very cold.
What's the first draft you covered ever? Anywhere?
Last Radio City draft was my first for NFL Network. That's where I made my obviously much discussed cameos in Draft Day. So me and Daniel Jeremiah are in the background of the Radio City Music Hall stage.
Yes.
We were on like a little tiny desk.
Yes.
Not like the fun tiny desk where they do the music stuff, but the other tiny desk. And so you could see us in the background of the movie. That was the first.
That was the first one.
And I didn't know anything.
What do you mean you don't know anything?
I didn't know how it worked. It was so fast. It was crazy. It was so crazy.
It goes faster than you think, man, right? I mean,
well, the crazy thing in my world is like I probably spent this year, because it's such a weird draft and so many different things can happen. I probably spent more time on the phone this year than any year ever, just trying to figure out, because everyone's evaluations are so different. And a player who I think could go like 9 or something could really go like 26, like it's that kind of draft. And so, but like when they come to me on the broadcast, you get like 5 seconds of heads up, maybe. So like it has to be, you have to think so fast. And I was not ready for that in my first year.
You were not. So how do you tell when somebody's full of it or not? I mean, how can you, because I'm assuming people are calling you for information almost as much as the other way around.
Right.
Okay. And so how do you know when you're getting something that somebody's not playing you? How do you know that?
I usually get it from other teams. Like
what does that mean?
Like, so let's say someone picking in the top 10 calls me, okay, let's just say, and they're like, all right, what do you think's going to happen? You kind of run through like what you're hearing, whatever, and they'll be like, all right, so you think this person are going to be there, and you'd be like, yeah, all right, and I'll say like, what realm are you thinking? Like, some teams will be like probably offense, or people will be like, yeah, I mean O-line, or maybe like if a receiver is there, like they'll give you like a little ballpark just so you can sort of sound smart when you're on the clock.
Of course,
be right. But then you talk to other people, either like
about somebody else's pick.
Yeah, and they're like, all right, well actually they scouted this guy a lot, and they heard they like this guy, and then they're like, all right, they asked about this other team hears they like this guy. I know they did a visit, or I know they had like a little secret meeting at the combine, or like whatever it is, and you kind of piece it all together, but I can't report any of it, so it's really just really fun. So I do like a mock draft every year that I send to Garofalo, Pelissero, and Breer, and then like a couple other people. And I like to see how right I'm going to be, and that's always really fun.
Where is this mock draft right now?
In my email.
In your email?
Yeah.
Do you want to throw it out there?
No.
Okay. So let me ask.
I can send it to you privately. If you
No, that's that's okay. I always think you're right. Don't ruin it for me. Okay. So, what is your best guess then, as to the first surprise of tonight's draft?
What I would like to know is what happens at 2.
That means the 2 is in play? Like it really is in play? Because I just spent the first 15 minutes of this show saying I would put 2 in play if I'm some other team.
Well, I mean,
I would make sure 2 is in play.
I would say, I think, but don't know, that Travis Hunter is probably the best guess to go there.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like right now it's the Browns, and I would say likely, probably Browns. But there's some interest. There's some real interest. I talked last night on Insiders about the Jaguars preparing a bold move, and I really wonder, like, are they a team that tries to come up?
From 5 to 2 for Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, look, it would be a lot.
Like what? What would it be from 5 to 2? Because I'm talking about the Cowboys going from 12 to 2.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
Okay.
Cowboys could go back, or they could stick. But, it would be enough to where, like, if the Browns don't come out of this draft with a franchise quarterback, if a trade happens, which, again, I don't know, but if the Jaguars are going to do something bold, if they're going to, do something, I was told the Jaguars are not going to be timid. I know Les Snead. I know James Gladstone was learned from Les. It's like anytime you hear a Rams rumor, probably true because they will consider all the things. And I get the sense James Gladstone's kind of the same. So I think they're at least considering it. But let's say the Browns don't come out of this draft with a franchise quarterback. Then it's like you need enough draft capital to help them go get whoever the next one is. So maybe that's a 1, maybe that's future 1.
Yes.
Maybe that's a 2+, like whatever it is, it would have to be enough to where in the future it helps them get whoever the next guy is.
Well, since everybody and their mothers believes Cam Ward is the only, if you will, first round quarterback that is worthy of where he's going to be picked. I think that's the way that I can sort of dance around calling it that, right? That how would the Browns then come out with a franchise quarterback without us knowing when he plays he turns into one? You know what I mean? So how can we say that they're coming out with a franchise quarterback? They're not really going to be able to say that unless they go ahead and trade back up into the first round and take one.
Possible.
Right.
I think we could see some action in the back.
So who is that other? Like, I guess that's a way.
So here's what I'm saying: if the Browns trade out of 2,
yes,
which I'm not saying is going to happen, but I do believe is possible.
Wow.
If that happens, then I would say, even if they come out of this draft with a quarterback, it probably isn't someone they anoint. Now, let's say the Browns trade back in and take Jackson Dart. I don't know. And he plays next year and is great, well then, okay, cool, you're done. Then game over, you have your guy.
Correct.
If he doesn't, then it's like, okay, well, we have an extra first-round pick. Next year's quarterback class is probably going to be pretty good, and they have enough ammo to go get someone.
Okay. Ian's phone is blowing up right now. I got a rap sheet here on the Rich Eisen Show. So
got to use AirPods because if you're talking on the phone and it beeps so much, it's like,
what are you going to do?
Every second, it's like, hold on.
It's the day of the draft. Okay, so
should have seen me on the Peloton before.
What's your take on Shedeur Sanders night?
I believe he's in play at 3. I don't know if they're going to take him, but I believe he's in play. And he should be in play because if you're the Giants and you need a quarterback, and this is a quarterback who is worthy of going in the first round, and there are definitely people who believe he's a franchise quarterback. Not everyone, definitely people. Then there is sort of some wisdom to be like, just take him. Whatever you think, just take him. And quarterbacks have been overdrafted for years, and some pan out, and some do not. So, like, we saw 2 last year. Nix and Penix probably went earlier than almost anybody had them, and both, I think, are going to be really good. So, I believe Shedor's in play at 3. If he's not taken at 3, then it gets really interesting. And then it, threatens to, or not threatens because it'd be interesting, but take over the draft like Johnny Manziel did. Where like every pick, you're like, is this where Shedor's going to go? And then it's like when you get to the Steelers, is someone going to try to trade up over the Steelers? And it's like, who is that? Who would come all the way up? Or is it a team that has a quarterback right now but might need one eventually? Rams, Seahawks, someone like that. Like, that's where it gets really crazy.
And that would be the belief that Pittsburgh would take him if he's there at 21. What's
Right.
your reporting on that?
I mean, I believe he's in play at Pittsburgh. I don't know that he's definitely going to be the pick, because if you're Pittsburgh and you think there's a reasonable chance Aaron Rodgers is coming, and you don't think Shedeur is a first-round quarterback, you probably don't take him. The other thing is, and there's like a little bit of a kind of a backstop here, because if you don't come out of the first round with a quarterback, if you're one of those teams, you're the Giants, the Browns, the Steelers, whoever, there's going to be a pretty decent clump of quarterbacks probably early in the second round that are just there, and you could pick one you like.
If you think Rodgers is coming, don't you use the 21st overall selection on going all in on Rodgers in his final year? You're certainly, if you only have a 1-year deal on the table for him, as opposed to maybe setting up for the future.
They might, but if it was me, I would always take a quarterback.
Why is that? Just because?
Historically, like if you view a quarterback to be, if the value fits with a pick,
yes,
you're never going to be like, oh man, I got too many of these quarterbacks. Like, what am I going to do? Like, it always works out. You can trade one, you can trade the other guy. Like, nothing's more important than the quarterback. So that's why, like, I got so much stuff last year for kind of standing up for the Falcons pick of Michael Penix, and I still think that was one of the best picks in recent years because they have a guy. If they were going into this year without a quarterback, it would be very challenging.
Can you imagine what the Browns conversation would be like if Myles Garrett was still holding out? It would be insane right now. That would be the dominant conversation of.
They did a nice job getting that done and making him happy, and like that's probably what should have happened. Like, I think that's the right call.
Was it about money all along? Be careful, because I'm a very glass half full guy. I'm an optimist, and this man has made me a cynic. So I'm very sensitive.
Here's what I would say. He got a great deal from the Browns. He would have gotten a huge deal anywhere. He is one of the best players in the NFL.
Yes, sir.
And he is in his prime. So I don't believe it was about the money. I just think it's like, it's so hard at the end of a long season where you just suck. Everyone sucks. The whole team sucked. The team was terrible. Everything in life just sucks.
Right.
And it's like if you've ever been a beat reporter and you walk around a locker room in week like 15 and the team sucks, like it's awful. Everyone hates everyone. It's terrible. And so to make a decision like that, like I think he was feeling some sort of way. I think the Browns did a good job reeling him back in, and I think this was the right outcome.
Okay, so you're saying the first surprise could be second overall pick is in play. Jacksonville could come up to go get him. It's entirely possible that Shedeur goes 3. If he doesn't, that could be a long night for Shedeur. It'll be a night where we're sitting there on the draft set, us in the back of the draft, if you will, area. You're up front.
You warm, me cold.
And I'm. But you can warm yourself by the burning phone that you've got going on right now about what's going on with Shedeur. What else?
Wild.
What else are we missing? What else are you thinking play this
I
evening?
would say Tetro McMillan, T-Mac as they call him. I think he's going to be one of the more fascinating picks because it's like the whole draft season, everything was about how he wasn't good enough and wasn't kind of what we thought. Is he fast enough? Then he runs, and it's like, is that really what we want? And sort of wasn't a great time, and you're like, but I think he's going to go early. I think I would be surprised if he's not receiver 1.
Is that him right
I would
now?
say it is not. I did see him last night, though, actually.
Okay.
It's funny. I got a text from a team wondering if he's going to be there, and I sent back the selfie of me and T-Mac. It was a great moment. Not even
You're like,
kidding.
he may not be there for you, but
I was
he's
like,
here
he's
with
literally
me.
right here, right now.
Jeez.
It was very funny. I'll tell you the team later if they pick him.
So you were at the clutch party last night.
I
is
was
what
at the
you're
clutch party.
saying.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
A lot of prospects. A lot of prospects here from Clutch. They were all in very good spirits last night. But I think he goes. I think he's in play at 5 for the Jaguars. I think he's in play at 12 for the Cowboys. If he's in play at 12 for the Cowboys, then maybe someone comes up over the Cowboys to take him. Like, that's where it gets, I think, really interesting.
What could be the deals that Jerry Jones was teasing about that, before and after the draft?
I didn't get
What
the
is that?
sense there
What is
was
that?
much there.
Oh, boy.
I would never doubt Jerry Jones ever.
Right.
I would never doubt Jerry Jones ever, but we'll see. I don't want to rain on his big trade parade.
Okay, but you're saying it's more likely that one of them doesn't happen than
Probably right.
All right. And why isn't Micah signed? I mean, if he says that the term and the dollar has pretty much been guaranteed, like, what is happening? Why is this not happening?
I don't believe that's the case. And for the Cowboys, I would say, usually, like, they like long-term deals. They like to lock their players on long-term. They're very, very smart financially. And with CeeDee Lamb last year, one of the reasons it took so long is because they wanted a longer deal than he wanted. Players want another bite at the apple. And so if you're Micah and you got it, let's just say they offered him a 5-year deal and you're like, well, I'd like a 4. Like, that's a big deal. That's worth just saying, I'm not ready yet. The other thing is, like, Aiden Hutchinson probably comes in. Lions did a Kirby Joseph contract yesterday. Hutchinson's probably next. I think that would be one to.
But why not get it done before Hutchinson? Like, you
want more money.
If you're Micah, you mean?
Yeah, I would wait. He's not playing any football until July, and then we'll see if it's not signed what he does. Like, patience helps.
And the Niners are 11th overall on the clock last night. Brock Purdy is there, right? He's at the off-season workgout program,
which is good.
What do we read into this?
Not nothing.
Okay.
I think they're. I don't want to say that they're close, but they're at least at a close enough point where you say, like, all right, I could see a deal getting done at some point. And so he shows up. When a quarterback holds out, it's like a whole different thing. So it's just easier for all of us when he shows up.
Right.
I think that was the right move, but I do believe a deal will get done.
Closer to Geno or Goff in terms of the number?
Oh, Goff. Yeah, I mean, I think
I told you guys.
I think it'll be a $50 million
mid 50? Mid 50?
We'll see if we get to mid 50s. But
not 6. Dak will still be the only one that starts with a 6 by the end of the day.
You never know, because you never know what a deal looks like, but I would be surprised.
Okay. I told you guys.
It doesn't matter if you told us.
I did tell you.
It's whether they should do it.
See, we're also now arguing so he could look at his phone.
And I want to give him some time.
Is he look? I'm not even looking at him. Is
for
he?
sure.
Obvious.
He's typing now. He's actually typing.
Okay, very good.
He's an
Thumbs are in
information
use.
man,
Is that anything relevant to tonight, Ian?
No. What do you think? He's ordering lunch?
I don't know.
Might be making dinner reservations. We don't know.
I don't know.
I can't have dinner reservations. I got the draft tonight.
That's true.
Plus, Pelissero makes all my dinner reservations.
Wow.
It's true. No, he does. When we're on the road. No, I'm serious. When we're on the road. No, it's a good thing. When we're on the road.
Come on.
He says, like.
Come on. He's your concierge. Pelissero's got a concierge service with that.
Not
with the insiders.
He's our VP of dinner planning and.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to downgrade him without it. You've given him you've given him an executive status.
I go
title.
with him. It's not like he makes them for me and then stays home. Like, we go out together. But he makes all the reservations.
I had no idea. Does he get you a car as well? I mean, does he provide the wheels?
There are other people for
Does
that.
he order for the whole table? Does
Nope.
he just take
No.
How about dry cleaning? Does he do your dry cleaning?
Nope. I do that myself.
Impressive.
If he ordered for the whole, well, there's been times like we went to a place in Kansas City when the draft was there, and it was sort of like a small plates type place, and he goes, "Do you want to just get everything on here?"
He orders for you too?
He was like, asking my opinion. He's like, "Do you want to just get everything on here?" And it was everything that was on the menu, and I'm like, "We shouldn't get that." So we ordered like everything except for one dish on the menu.
I think the most important thing is at the end of the dinner, when that bill comes.
No, splitsies.
There you go. Okay. It's not like that Geico. Like, you get the check.
Short arms and deep pockets.
Roger
All right.
Goodell picks up the tab.
You don't wear glasses, right? Because if
I wear contacts.
Okay, so if you wore glasses, would he be your glasses cleaner like Jerry Jones?
No, it's not like that.
Okay.
No.
Does he cut your steak?
No.
This is not information. We just blew 60 seconds with this man over stupid
I
stuff.
wanted to give him just a breather from having to do all the work, just to let him catch his breath.
No breather until Saturday at 7 p.m. when I get to have a nice beer.
Since we have, since obviously we have to be fair and balanced with you and Pelissero. Tom was here yesterday. I gave him a scoop, so I'll give it to you too.
Okay.
I'm going to ask Matt LaFleur to confirm this, but I think it's true. I mean, saw it on the wall of an airport.
Makes sense.
The first overall pick for the Packers tonight is hydration. There it is. That's the first round pick for the Green Bay Packers. It's hydration. It's out there. I think it's really weird that the Packers would put that information that's usually very proprietary.
Probably trade out. That was actually my favorite quote of the week.
Hydration is not worthy of sticking and picking. Is that what you're saying?
I mean,
be careful.
I'm a fan. I'm drinking water.
I can see that right now.
This right here.
Okay, that's the first round pick for the Packers. You just consumed it. It's really weird. Really weird. All right. Have a good day, sir. Good to see you.
It'll be something.
You okay? You love this, right? You live for it. This is it.
Favorite thing of the whole year.
This is it.
And are you looking forward to Monday?
I mean, it's over Saturday night.
Well, you usually go to the Derby.
We'll be at the Kentucky Derby. I got my.
Do you have a horse?
We don't have a horse in the Derby this year.
Okay.
But I got tee times lined up for Tuesday, Wednesday.
Attaboy.
Ready to roll.
You know what? I don't. But it's okay. I'm here with you. I hang with you.
Oh, thanks, Rich.
You're very welcome. Good to see you.
Too.
Thank you for being here. I said both of you guys. What's the matter with you? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
That's Ian Rapoport at Rap Sheet for all those who follow on every single piece there. Oh, there it is, right there on Instagram. That's the photo. Oh, by the way, hi back at you as well.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.